We are in San Francisco on Winston Drive next to Lake Merced, where there is multiple RVs that are parked here on Winston. There's been RVs here for years, at least 5 years that I know of. I've been actually staying in this since January. I mean, I've been through a lot in my life to where as long as I have peace, it's really not that difficult to own an RV. It's very, very peaceful. The only thing you hear is generators. Most of the people who live in RVs are more like introverts in a lot of ways. So yeah, there's really no really too much trouble around here. I've been having issues with my RV with power and fuel pump for the majority of me owning this RV. It's definitely cheaper than owning a home, for sure. But sometimes, like, man, it doesn't feel that way. It's really not as difficult as a house per se. I mean, it's not as big, but you do have your problems, especially with taking out the waste. It's $25 and you have to drive all the way to Redwood City, and then at 9 miles to a gallon you're spending like $60-70 on a weekly basis to dump your waste. And it gets really cold. Having an RV, generators are pretty loud, so if you want the heater on you have to deal with the noise, but it's not really that big of a deal.
So the best path would be to have a place where these folks can go. And until we do, I just have a hard time supporting the proposal that's in front of us.
My name's Javier Bramond, and I'm a human rights organizer for the Coalition of Homelessness in San Francisco. What we were trying to do is convince the SFMTA board to delay the parking restrictions being implemented because they're set to be put in place in 2 weeks from today, right before Christmas. There was no clear plan from the Homelessness and Supportive Housing Department to get those people into housing.
So Emily, just making sure I have this right. So you're saying that we're 1 to 2 months away from having a site kind of chosen, is that right?
No, we don't have a firm timeline on when a site might be available. We have looked at dozens and dozens of sites in this area and have not found one that is suitable for this purpose.
And the SFMTA wasn't considering voting against it. They were going to put the parking restrictions in either way. We've had a whole lot of families who live on the Winston Drive show up over and over and over at these hearings to say, please don't tow us away from our homes. So they're advocating for themselves.
My name is Arlen Arostreguez.
Vivo en la Winston.
I live at Winston.
Meu nome é Daisy.
My name is Daisy Ann.
Já é humilhante a gente morar no motorhome porque não tem espaço nenhum, então a gente só precisa de uma ajuda para poder a gente ficar num lugar seguro, porque se vocês colocarem placa, a gente não vai ter nem para onde ir. Como que eu vou fazer com 2 crianças?
So it's already humiliating enough to live in a motorhome. We don't have enough space or anything, but we're just asking for a safe place to be. If you put a sign there, where are we going to go?
I've got maybe close to 11 or 12 tickets so far from the times of my RV being broken. It's anywhere from usually about a $90 ticket to $110 depending. I don't know why. I'll tell the parking meter people like, oh yeah, my RV broke down, I can't move right now, and they don't care. It's just they have an agenda and I get it. I think we're feeling a little bit more comfortable that it's not going to happen soon, but I feel like it is. They're definitely, giving us time to move out. But I think we're going to lose at the very end of the day, because it's what the city wants, and they're going to find a way to maneuver around and be able to, get us out of here. I'm very scared of that because there's other places where you could park, but I'm sure they're gonna, attack those areas. If it went up on, like, let's say the 19th and I didn't get my RV fixed, I probably would get this RV towed by the city because I can't really move it and I don't have the money to pay for a tow truck company again. It cost me $400 to move it 7 miles. I guess, I would just find a way to go to other areas and move. But I've been searching other areas and they're just as packed as here. The RV parking that I've seen in other parts of the city is just it's like ghetto. This is one of the nicest spots in San Francisco for RVs, and we're lucky to be here for right now. The mall's there, the food's there, there's gasoline stations nearby. So that's a huge help.
It's going to be really hard to get in touch with them to actually give them services and connect them with housing afterwards. So having them in the community, we can regularly do outreach, but if they don't have a central place where they're at, then people are just going to be dispersed all around the city and are still going to get people calling for their cars to get towed.
You'd be really stuck.